All right, good afternoon. We are going to activate 65 off of IR, and it was good to see 75. Borum out there today. Just came back and had a good practice, so we're excited to see him. Thought the week of practice was good. We switched things around just a titch this week. Wednesday we were in shells, which is different. Typically we're in pads that day. Did that for rest, off of the pads. Still got a lot of work done, and then we moved our peak day to Thursday, which we thought was really good. Players had good feedback from the players on that, and then really it was just a normal week from there. We had our gold zone, red zone today, which I thought we operated well on a fast Friday, and then tomorrow we'll get our walkthroughs in. We're starting our 48-hour preparation right now. Talk to the guys about reviewing their assignments, their alignments, visualizing their technique, them making plays in the game. And that's an important piece to the mental side of it leading up to a game. And that's what their individual responsibility is, to do that leading up to the game. And then we'll head to the hotel tomorrow, finish up our preparation on for the game. We're excited about this game. We're excited about a lot of facets of our team, and we're excited about this competition. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
How are you clearing a roster spot for Whitehair?
What's that?
How are you clearing a roster spot for Whitehair?
I'm not going to talk about that.
That's how Cody looked. I mean, I know he's probably still dealing with it to some extent. Does he look like himself, or does he look just good enough to go and you'll take it?
I will say that, I think I said it earlier in the week, his movement's good, his jumps were good, the strength staff did a nice job of getting him ready to go, and he's looked good in practice.
And where's Pringle at right now in his progression?
He's good. He's good. He's still on IR. So is Matt Adams. Those guys are still on, and he's looked good. He's been with the strength staff extra, been working through getting back to speed, getting his jumps and his speeds down, and we'll see where he goes from there.
How well do you feel that Cody was playing before the injury, and how big of a boost is it to get him back?
No, it's great. I mean, you have a guy that has that much experience. Cody is, one of our captains, and he's one of our leaders, and he certainly helps solidify that group for the offensive line, and we're welcome to have him back, and hopefully things progress, and he's back in the game here shortly.
Is Larry Borum ready to play too, or are you still deciding on right tackle?
Yeah, we're still, like I said, he was out during the course of the week, and then he came back today, and he was in a good spot today, so we'll see where it progresses from here.
How do you feel about how Reef played in that spot last week? And is that part of the equation too, to how?
Yeah, Brad. We thought that he did play well. We thought he did a nice job. He is an aggressive guy. He played with good technique. We didn't have anything with his wind in terms of his the stamina. The physical stamina was good. So we like where he was.
When you have a guy like Larry Borum who missed 5 practices,
Yeah.
does that require a ramp-up period like you've done for other guys, or is that short enough where maybe that ramp-up is not as necessary?
I think it depends on the guy. I really do. What is the scheme for that week on offense? Is it pretty elaborate? Is it pretty basic? Can you plug and play? It's based on the guy's experience, based on how he handles it, and we're he's been there, and we're working through it with him, and we'll see where it goes.
You have an offense that's trending the right way right now. And now you add, in theory, 2 starting offensive linemen back with Borum and Whitehair. You add Claypool. What effect do you think that will have on the momentum?
I think it's positive. Whenever you have starters and then you add a high caliber receiver to your group, that only can be positive. And then it's just really a function of the execution piece of it. The offensive linemen are going to be right on par like they've been. That'll be good. Like it's been in terms of those guys knowing what to do. Now Claypool's just been working into that. Omar Young's been working with him extra, after meetings, which has been great. Obviously Tyke and Luke and everybody's been working with them, and the other players. The guys really, when the system, because our guys were halfway through, they know the system, they know the details, to where we are right now. They're really helping him too. All the rest of the receivers. So, that's pro ball. You lean on your other players too.
When a wide receiver joins you on a Wednesday morning, what can you realistically ask from him on Sunday?
Yeah, we've had guys, before in the past at different positions come in, plug and play. I mean, so you have to give him a certain role, a limited number of plays that he can learn. and let him go. That could be anywhere between 10 plays, 35 plays, whatever that is. But he's certainly a smart guy. I mean, he works at it. So he's a worker. He's very intelligent, and so we'll give him what he can handle.
On the other side of the ball with A.J. Klein, does his familiarity with 4-3 defenses and playing in schemes like that, does that help him maybe make that adjustment in a short period of time?
It does. He's got a vast amount of experience. He's got a wide range of knowledge too in terms of the game. He's played in different systems. He's played in a team that was a quarters team, a zone drop team. He's been in a bunch of different things. So we lean on his experience to be able to come in there and do a good job. Not only on defense, but maybe a couple things on special teams and be able to work that way too. So, but we're certainly excited to have AJ.
From a defensive perspective, as a longtime defensive coach, every defense you have based on the players that are there is kind of a puzzle for you to figure out. And you have years in Indy where you have some star players all over, and that's probably a lot of fun. What do you enjoy, or what engages you about the challenge of working with this personnel that is a lot of unproven guys, a lot of upstarts?
Yeah, we've had that before. It takes me back to 2018 a little bit, where you're playing with a lot of rookies. 4 guys or 5 guys at one time, whatever that might be for. So it's I like it. I think it gives them a great opportunity. I love the way they learn. When a guy learns and progresses in the game, to me that's very exciting. To be able to help a guy and put him in position to make plays with technique fundamentals, but also with knowledge of where things are going based on his pre-snap keys and his post-snap reads. So to me that's very enjoyable to watch that.
What are your standards when you're coaching a group that isn't just full of a bunch of all pros, and you have to navigate what's realistic for this group? And I'm sure that giving up 40-something points is not going to meet your standard, but what are you expecting going forward from these guys?
Yeah, just our core principles. What's the foundation that we stood on from the very beginning, and that's what we want to have those guys hold to, those standards. The way in which they play, the effort they put out, the intensity in which they shed blocks and hit people, and really the way they get after the football. That's a really important thing. And then, are we situationally aware and are we smart in our play? Do we keep the cup? Do we have good leverage in our man coverage? Do we have good leverage on the football when they run the ball? Are we in our gaps? Do we shed the blocks the right way? And just basic rudiments of the game. That's what you're looking for from these young guys, and that's really all you can ask. And them to max out their effort, max out their stamina, and go from there.
Effort first, and you're emphasizing that. Is that top of the list? Like, if you're seeing the effort that you want, even if the outcomes are not great, you can live with that?
Yeah, it's alignment, assignment, key technique. Make sure they're doing that, and then obviously the effort. The effort's always got to be there. That's our number one principle, right? That's what we stand on.
Have you got a handle on the forecast for Sunday yet?
I don't know. I always got to wait till about 24 hours, then you figure it out. But we've certainly talked about it enough. That's for sure.
Might be windy enough for you?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I saw a 50-mile-an-hour when I first looked at it on last Monday, but I don't know what it's going to be. We'll have to figure that out.
As you guys did your preparation throughout the week for Mike McDaniel's offense, was there anything that seemed familiar from preparing from the 49ers in week 1 that maybe helps you this week?
Yeah, I think to a certain degree, but Mike's put his own, stamp on it. You can see the uniqueness that he has in that, and because of, who he has. You have different players, and I think we really want to enhance the skill sets of the guys you have. 2 great receivers, 2 top receivers there, a really athletic tight end. You got a really fast back out of the backfield that can do a lot of different things. So he has a lot of assets there that he's trying to utilize during the course of the year, and you can certainly see that.
Matt, it's one of 2 more practices, and you've obviously watched Claypool on film, but what were your first impressions of him in person?
Yeah, just fast. I think he chews up a lot of grass, which is good. Powerful, and his size, really stood out to me. So really the speed, the explosion and the athleticism, and then really just the size. He was a little bit bigger than I thought.